Island. Hyper Island is a Swedish digital media school. We've got two sites in south of Sweden, in an old prison on an island, and one in Stockholm. You might have noticed I'm not Swedish. I apologise for that. Apologise for not being 6 foot and blonde. So disappointing when I go into meetings, everyone goes home. So we're setting up in the UK because we've been doing, loads of our students have been coming to the UK for years, doing internships, and also we've been doing lots of short courses with lots of agencies over the past 2 or 3 years. But to sum up Hyper Island, I thought I'd start with a quick video of Hyper Island in a nutshell.
Hyper Island in a nutshell. This is Sandy. Sandy is a student at Hyper Island. Hyper Island is not like other schools. Sandy doesn't have written exams, textbooks, or even teachers. Instead, she's learning by doing. At Hyper Island, students are in charge of their own education. All lectures are held by top players in the industry, coming to Hyper Island from all over the world. Learning by failing. At Hyper Island, students like to do things the hard way. Obstacles and detours are important. Therefore, failures are not the worst things that can happen. They are often the best learning experiences. All Sandy's frustrations, tears, confusions, and failures are key elements in the education. To reach a specific goal, Sandy and her classmates think about what they do, but equally important, they focus on how they do it. When failure strikes, Sandy and her team members sit down to analyze what went wrong and why, making sure that next time around something else will fail. Real-life experience. Technical skills can be achieved over time, but creativity, problem-solving, and leadership are harder to come by. So Sandy and the other students at Hyper Island work with real clients and real needs in order to gain the experience that future employers seek. Sandy learns to deal with demanding clients, tight deadlines, and how to manage a team of designers and developers. She learns to be creative, innovative, and ridiculously cutting edge. Self-management. She'll get no tests or homework. She'll get a brief and a deadline instead. She won't get any straight answers, but she might get a, "What do you think?" And although the Hyper Island methods may seem nuts, it has proven to be an effective way of learning. And all the learning within Hyper Island is based upon industry needs. World-leading lifelong learning. A growing number of graduated students all over the world make a great network of supporters and friends. Every year, Hyper Island students spread across the globe to do their internships with the best professionals in the world, extending the Hyper network as they do. What about Sandy? She's now CEO of a top agency with clients around the world. She's still in touch with her old classmates and eager to hire any new Hyper Island students she can get her hands on.
So it gives a flavour of what we do and how we do it. But going back to the brief set here tonight, the gap between digital and physical, is something that obviously we're really interested in at Hyper Island. And in fact, it really forms a central part of our philosophy. And it's quite simple really, both in education and in the work we do directly with clients. We do tailor-made programmes for clients. And that is the human element. And as the video said, it's the ability to adapt. It's to thrive on change, the creation of ideas, not being scared of failure, all of that sort of stuff. coming up with those ideas, whether they be interactive, whether they be physical, no matter what medium, that's what's really important to us. So just to explore it in a bit more detail then, I'll just run through this quick PowerPoint here. So the story, as I said, 2 sites set up in 1994 from a CD-ROM project. It started off as a prison, probably the best ways to put students. So it's quite important to look at what we don't do first before looking at what the video says what we do. So we don't have any teachers. We don't have that model of I'm a teacher, I've learned over the years, I'm going to impart that knowledge. We just throw projects out there, as you can see, and let them learn by failing. We don't have any assessment. The assessment is on the works that they do. All of the work that we facilitated is based on a very sort of psychological assessment framework, but it's very much based on creativity. It's not based on passing an exam. And as the video said, we really like trial and error. We really like students making mistakes. We see mistakes as the biggest learning experience at Hyper Island. So we don't do any of that. So what do? We focus a lot, and I mean about 50% of our time, on group dynamics, working in teams, really focusing on the individual. So we do, so for one group of students, we'll set them a task of coming up with 5,000 ideas before lunchtime. And what that does is create an enormous amount of energy and pressure in the room. And but from that, for us, what comes is open communication with the group. It comes from open minds coming up with those ideas. From one idea, who knows what might happen. So digital and interactive communication really is the backdrop. It's the tool for implementing change and improvement. Because of the way speed that digital really is affecting business, the media, and everything that we do in society, it's the way we all communicate and acquire knowledge. We think that this context, added into our methodology, provides students and businesses with that bridge between the digital and the physical.